When we look across the board at what we expect, what was expected as far as the savings that this bill would generate because of these healthcare provisions, they're expecting about $326 billion as a result of the work requirements. They're expecting $191 billion as a result of the changes with the provider taxes. Another 149 billion, because of the state directed payment changes. And then with not implementing the QMB and streamlined process, saving 122 billion. And then with the frequency increase on the Medicaid expansion group to having to do those redeterminations every 6 months, another 63 billion. And so you can see, from those changes, the impact that they're expecting that to have across the board. When you look across, this map is an interactive map that Kaiser Family Foundation has that you can click on the state and see the impact. But you can see the states that are losing the most federal funding are those in that dark navy blue color, and that aligns very closely with the expansion states. So we talked about the impact on the state funding. Now let's talk about how this impacts people. We're expecting, unfortunately, about 14.2 million people to lose coverage as a result of the Medicaid provisions, as well as the impact of reducing those or not extending those enhanced premiums on the ACA plans. And when you look at that number of people, there's a very large number that are impacted in just a few large states. California has about 1.7 million, Florida has about 1.5 million, and Texas has about 1.4 million. When you look at who was, often expansion states were targeted, but you have Florida and Texas and Georgia, which are not expansion states, that are going to have a pretty hefty impact as a result of the Medicaid provisions. But in particular, they're really getting hit by the ACA impact, not extending those subsidies. And so, because of all these changes with Medicaid and people that won't have coverage, you can see this cartoon, you no longer have Medicaid, so they can expect to receive a big, beautiful. And not only does it impact the states financially, just administratively, the things that they're going to have to do, the changes that they're going to have to make. You think about redeterminations, how backlogged they got during that time period, and how long it was taking to process, just having the resources to be able to do that. This is going to be a huge impact. Adding extra verifications, things that they used to be able to do by attestation that patients didn't or applicants didn't have to provide verification of, someone on the other end has to review those verifications. And so that takes more resource and time that the state will have to provide. And so this is something we do expect that this will result in some additional delays, because there was not enough funding in the bill as well to the states to really be able to step up as much as they would need to for some of these upcoming provisions.